could not be broken.
I don't know where you came from, but I know where you are now. Welcome to the last place on the earth.
As dog owners, we dread thinking about our pet's death. But since it's a natural part of life, it's something we have to eventually face. And if we look closely, our pets show various signs that the end is near. Although each dog is unique and may exhibit different behavior, many dogs show these 10 common signs. And we start with hiding. Many experts believe that dogs who feel they're about to die will hide because of an instinct inherited from their wild ancestors. Dogs in the wild generally live in a pack. They hunt together, roam together, and defend each other from predators. So when one of them becomes the weakest link, whether from an illness, injury, or old age, that dog removes itself from the rest of the pack by hiding somewhere they feel is safe. They do this to protect both themselves and their pack. They know they can't fight off predators, so they hide. And they know they could attract predators with their weak bodies, so they hide. Domesticated dogs still have this instinct. So when they're in pain or know their bodies are too weak, they'll hide away from you, usually under the bed or other enclosed, out-of-the-way spaces in the house, like the laundry room. In this case, the only thing you can do is respect your dog's desire. Sometimes, though, your dog will do this only in the end. There have been stories of dogs who are let out at night and don't come back. Their owners discover them the next day dead under a favorite tree or bush. Number 9. Balance and movement issues. Coming from a line of predators, dogs have great physical control, which is why one of the earliest signs of a declining pet is loss of coordination, as muscle strength leaves their bodies. As they lose their balance and eyesight, they become clumsier than usual. They become really wobbly or easily disoriented, or stumble even when they take just a few steps. They may also suffer from uncontrollable twitches or seizures that seem to come from out of nowhere and last for a long time. Many large and giant breeds in particular lose their ability to walk, mainly because of arthritis. This is the number one reason why their owners euthanize them. Since they're so big, their owners find it hard to take care of them for a long term. To accommodate your dog's lessened motor functions, you will need to adjust your home's decorations. And furniture so your dying pet doesn't bump against stuff or knock things over. Put padding over hard or slippery or uneven surfaces to make them easier to walk on. Create makeshift slings or buy harnesses to help them get up and move about. Number 8. Gastrointestinal problems. Because their body is shutting down, your dog could suffer from stomach and intestinal problems as their digestive system starts to go. This issue usually leads to other illnesses like nausea, vomiting, or diarrhea. One way to help ease your dog's condition is to keep them hydrated and to give them soft food that helps tummy problems like boiled sweet potato or pumpkin. Number 7. Incontinence. Connected with physical deterioration, your dog could lose control over their kidneys and bladder. This could be a natural development of aging, but if your dog exhibits the other signs alongside incontinence, then there's a high possibility their body is giving out. Actually, if your dog lies in one spot and doesn't move, even if they pee or poop there, then it's a big sign for you that the end is near, especially when you've already house-trained them. You see, dogs, even those in the wild, generally don't pee or poop where they sleep. They will pee to mark the edges of their territories, but they will never do it in the spot where they usually sleep. Since your dog doesn't have control over their bodily functions anymore, you will need to help keep your dog's resting spot clean and not be angry when accidents happen. Put hygienic pads underneath them and change it often. Then give them a gentle sponge bath with lukewarm water to clean their body and prevent infection. Number 6. They stop eating and drinking. A change in your dog's diet will always indicate that something's wrong. It could be stress, injury, or something else. Although some dogs eat until the end, more often a dying dog will suddenly stop eating completely. This will last for several days. This is partly due to their gastrointestinal problems. Because their stomach's not working properly, they don't like to eat, especially if they vomit anything they take in. With this change in appetite, your dog could also suddenly stop drinking. This is a more significant symptom because even dogs instinctively know that they can go without food for several days, but they can't go without water for that long. You can try to at least entice them with soft, wet food with a strong smell. Don't worry about giving them treats. So long as it's not toxic, give it to them. Your goal is to get them to ingest something. Try to offer smaller amounts in several batches throughout the day. Dehydration can make those last moments even more painful, so help them keep hydrated by giving them water through a dropper or a turkey baster. You still want to get in about an ounce of water for each pound of your dog's weight within a 24-hour period. But since they no longer eat or drink, don't be surprised if your dog also rapidly loses weight. There's nothing you can do if your dog won't swallow no matter what you do. As a last resort, you could ask your vet for subcutaneous fluids so you can continue to give their body the nutrients they still need. We're halfway through. Are you liking this video? Then please take a moment to like and subscribe to our channel. Remember to hit the notification button for regular updates of our informative and exciting animal videos. Number 5. Extreme lethargy. Your dog might rarely want to move or will stop moving completely. They will spend days on end just lying in one spot. They either don't have the energy to move or lack the interest in moving. So they refuse to move and ignore even your invitations to play or go on walks with them. They will also sleep a lot more. Don't force them to move. Make sure that you provide comfortable spaces for them to rest. And since they don't move a lot, you might also want to check your dog's body for bed sores. Make sure that your dog's sleeping spot is fully padded. Treat sores before they become worse because they can be very painful and could become infected. Also, make sure that your dog turns from time to time. If they don't, see if you can manually help them move from side to side or change their positions so they don't develop bed sores. Number 4. Labored or odd breathing. Moving on to another bodily function that becomes abnormal when nearing death. Your dog's breathing could become very irregular or odd. It could either become very slow or very fast, or a combination of these two. It might go back to normal and then become odd again. Or your dog could breathe heavier or deeper or louder than normal. Or your dog might find it super hard to breathe at all with lengthy gaps between inhales and exhales. When this happens, they struggle to breathe even with just the slightest movement. This is usually one of the last signs. It's also one of the hardest signs for owners because your dog is obviously suffering and you can't do anything to prevent it. But you can still do something to make things a bit easier for your pet. Put their food and water bowls within easy reach. Help them when they need to pee or poop. Stay with them and keep them calm. Number 3. Cool body temperature. Your dog's body temperature may suddenly drop and their skin cooler to the touch than normal. This is because they lose the ability to control their body temperature as they grow older or suffer from health problems. Provide your dog with a light or heavy blanket depending on the weather. You can surround them with hot water bottles or put them on heated beds as well. Be sure to keep monitoring their temperature because you don't want them to overheat either. Number 2. Depression. Dying dogs often show signs of depression, especially if they tend toward isolation and withdrawal. They will stop doing or lose interest in things they used to love, like walks or even favorite toys. They may even stop responding to your attempts to get their attention. One marked sign is when they don't even greet you anymore. This attitude could be related to their dwindling physical strength, because they don't have the strength or feel pain each time they move. They just give up on being happy. Even though you can't use psychological techniques to help your dog overcome their depression, you still can keep them company. Continue to talk to them so they know you still love them, even though you don't play together anymore. Number 1. Extreme moods. Beyond depression, a dying dog may exhibit moods that are extreme opposites of each other. Because they don't feel well, your pet could seek comfort and become really clingy. They probably know that they don't have a lot of time to spend with you, so they want to make the most out of these last moments. They want snuggles, keep them close to you, and shower them with kisses until they breathe their last. On the other hand, they could become very irritable because their whole body feels painful. This is a natural defensive instinct when dogs feel weak and vulnerable. They might unexpectedly snap or growl at you, even if they've never done it before. If they want space, then don't crowd around them, but make sure they know you're nearby if they need you. Approach them slowly and speak to them in a calm, soothing voice. Now, all of these signs may not necessarily mean that your dog is near the end, so it's always better to bring your pet to the vet when they exhibit any of these symptoms. But if these really point towards the end, do everything you can to be there for your dog. Whether you decide to have them put down or to wait for the final second, don't let them do it alone. Do your best to say goodbye to your best friend. There you have it, our feature on how you know your dog is dying or about to die. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to click the like button and subscribe to our channel. And while you're here, check out our video on the top 10 critical signs that your dog is begging for help.